Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go. Kevin here, Top 1 Financial Advisor and best-selling author. We are here to talk about the stock market. Hey y'all, I'm recording this on Friday, and as of right now, Nike is down 12% in a single day, which is not great. However, there are some important points that I do want you to know, and I want to kind of compare and contrast what we had talked about the other day when it comes to Intel. Now, obviously, these two companies are in very different industries, very different prospects on how these companies can perform, and a bunch of other stuff. However, service level, there are some key differences that I think could make sense for you to buy one and not make sense for you to buy the other. Now again, super high level overview. These companies are not equivalent, but I do want to show you like a thought process and what makes sense when it comes to buying the dip, and then what things may not make sense to buy the dip or buy on a discount. So let's start off with Nike. Nike saw a 22% drop in their net income. That is the money that they make after, or the money they keep rather, after they paid all the bills. And they saw a 44% increase in unsold goods. That is inventory. Basically, the stuff that you normally, if you're any company, you want to have a relatively low inventory. I want to make it and sell it as fast as I can. And if I have a whole bunch of just stuff sitting here, inventory that I cannot move, that is money that I cannot make. And obviously, that's how you get that drop in net income. A way to visualize this is like, y'all know I have a book. If I had 100 books at my home and they're not sold, that's a lot of inventory and stuff that I paid to make and ship and print and do all that kind of stuff, but can't get out the door. That's a problem for me if that were the case, but that's not the case for me. But for Nike, you kind of get a more visual example of that. Now, one of the reasons that I thought was important, they brought up supply chain. That is still a thing. I know we don't talk about it as much. The world doesn't talk about it as much because obviously there's some other things to worry about, but that is still a problem for Nike. At some point, supply chain will not be an issue. I don't know when that will be. But here's the thing. When you start to look at their financials, with the exception of obviously their most recent report, which was not good, the recent announcement rather, which was not all that great, we do know this. Their net income, their revenues, and I'll put this here, this is just from the public app, it's relatively solid. It's not necessarily taking off, going to heights beyond the realm of comprehension every year, but it is solid. It is a brand that and a business that we can understand. When it comes to a company like Intel, and I'll put their financials here, it can be up and down, right? And especially for Intel, you can see that the most recent quarter is negative, and we talked about that as well. You can also see how the balance sheet and the income statement that we did talk about, we circled where it was negative. You can see this on this chart as well. So it can be up and down. I think there's hope for Intel, but again, you can see the difference between this thing might be at a discount because I know historically it's relatively solid. I know historically what the brand of a Nike is. I also can see that they've been at least good to solid in very recent memory, like last year or even the last 5 years. I don't have to tell you how good Nike has been over the last 5 years from a stock perspective. I can tell you that it ain't down 30% though, like Intel was the time that we recorded that video. So again, super high level overview, but these are the things that can make sense for a discount. So my son owns Nike. I will probably buy Nike for him on Friday, which is when I'm recording this, but you're probably watching this on Monday. But in either case, yeah, it might be a discount for him if I own Nike. While I'm not excited to lose 12%, this could be a great buying opportunity for us because supply chain is going to get solved at some point, right? We've been talking about it for more than a year. At some point, it will get solved. But like other than this, Nike's pretty solid, right? Who has concerns about Nike and their brand and whether or not they can sell shoes? I think we know that. We don't know that same thing when it comes to Nvidia and all of its other competitors, but also Intel hasn't given us the benefit of the doubt, right? Based on what we have seen very, very recently. Now, yes, there's some positive things around the corner, I think. I would hope for them to turn around. They have a great legacy, but like from an investor perspective, I'd rather wait to see. So you want to take these lessons and apply it to anything that you are investing in or considering investing in and say, okay, this stock is down, but why. This stock is down, but how has it done in the past? This stock is down, but the money is fine, right? You can look and see like, hey, at least these things are consistent. Perhaps these things are even growing to a degree, like an Apple, and say, hey, it's down, but I know this is a good company. I can see this a good company, and I can prove that it's a good company versus other companies that have been negative, that have been volatile in terms of making money, losing money, so on and so forth. So you do want to be careful there. And again, these are the thought processes that you should have as you're making these investment decisions and you're making these comparisons. The last thing I'll say is this. Make sure that you try and compare apples to apples when possible. No, it doesn't make sense, and I know we did it today. I know it doesn't make sense to compare Intel to Nike. No, it really doesn't. However, if I am trying to make a good investment decision, I do want to compare, just like we did with Target, compare Target to maybe a Costco, compare Costco to a Walmart, because Walmart owns Sam's Club, compare that to a BJ's. I think that's the best comparison here. If I'm comparing Intel, maybe Nvidia, maybe AMD, and you compare like to like. If I'm comparing a Nike, maybe Lululemon makes a lot of sense here. You can also compare it to Under Armour. I don't know if Adidas is publicly traded or not. Y'all let me know in the comments. I'm not a big shoe person, obviously. I should be, but I'm not. Or should I be? I don't know. I only own but so many pairs of shoes. In either case, you do want to make sure that you are comparing apples to apples. That's going to give you the absolute best comparison, because what if, like Target, they mismanage their inventory and they're the ones suffering more than others? I would want to know that if I'm looking to invest in Nike. But again, that's the thought process. These are the things that you want to think through as you're making the best investment decisions, especially if you are new. Because sometimes you don't know what questions to ask or where to look. So if you have additional questions on what you should be looking for, how you should be looking for things, and what websites work best, feel free to let me know in the comments. Also, we cover a lot of these questions and answers inside the members only. You can sign up at this link right here, and then right below this video, there's a link to join the members only. It's only $10 a month, and we do exclusive videos every single week. All right, that's it for me. I'll talk to you later. Bye.